Hello and welcome back to Rimworld. We are continuing where we left off with our Tundra Ranchers, kind of in a little bit of dire straits. We are pretty much out of food, and unfortunately, the only viable wildlife on the map, aside from a couple snow hares here and there, which don't do that one. The buffalo that are right here, the only ones that we actually could get a fair amount of food from, are right by a giant mechanoid cluster that we can't currently deal with. I mean, we could and probably will have to deal with it at some point, but I don't really want to go out on a limb right at the moment to deal with this. Um, so we're just gonna try to do what we can do with what we got. One of the things I am going to try to do, because we are in the spring now, so we should be able to start growing food very shortly. But for the sake of the animals that are close to starving to death, we can at a minimum start converting some of this human meat over to simple meals, and then drag it down here, and they can at least eat that. They don't get a penalty for eating human meat. Let's go ahead and indicate some of the few berry bushes on the map. Do some harvesting because we are going to be extremely desperate for resources. I'm gonna go ahead and unpause and we can get going with that. But that is currently the plan. Huntsman should be really close to being, well, I guess not really close, but starting to get close to being able to be converted and brought into the fold. I do have a uh, continual task set to shred mechanoids, just because we have so many mechanoid bodies here that need to be broken down and turned into steel. That steel then can be, readily used for traps or for building, pretty much anything. So I think it's probably a really good idea to do that. I do think it's probably better if we have a higher priority zone that specifically has mechanoid corpses allocated to it. So let's go ahead and set this to uh, important priority, and we'll do mechanoid corpses. And hopefully somebody will get around to hauling and dragging them over here, just so that there's not constant back and forth through all these doors every time. Beth is now Jazz's lover, which is all right by me. There's no like fair of pasturism or anything we can do to kind of help out some of the failing mood situation right at the moment, which is a little unfortunate. Uh, it's good to see we at least have some meals being cooked here. I'm hoping. Yeah, it looks like they're just straight up eating them, which is fine for somebody who's a cannibal. But the people that are not cannibals will probably have some some negative effects there. I do want to uh, make a pasturic priest. I think Luba is going to be our current selection, just because they have some level of social skill and they are available to do that. So let's go ahead and start an event where we can make a pasturic priest. It'll at least get rid of the -5 penalty for not having it. And then hopefully once that goes away, we can kind of refocus our efforts on making some food for um food for our animals, at least, if not our actual people. Okay, so we now have our pasturic priest, which is fantastic. I guess they're just gonna eat even if they're not cannibals, which is fine. We got to do what we got to do what we got to do. Definitely gonna lower some mood for a while anyway. Um, Maybe more so with the people who are not um part of our faith, which is more the reason to convert them than ever before. Good news is for people who are cannibals, it really increases their mood. So they are very happy about doing that instead of being upset. Daniels is a tough cookie to crack. He has like avoided conversion at all costs for quite some time. So I'm very concerned about that. Conversion ritual. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to do anything about that anytime in the immediate future, but maybe one day we'll be able to handle that. We are making simple meals. I was kind of hoping they'd reach their way over here. Oh, good, a psychic drone for males. That's not gonna be great. Okay, so we are gonna put this at normal priority so that the hauling focus is on getting those meals over to the animals here, because they are the ones that are starving to death currently, so focus definitely needs to be on that. The secondary priority, once a bunch of the steel becomes available, I think we want to, because we have a fair amount of power coming in, especially if we have all three of these built. That'll give us a consistent 1200 watts, plus we have some batteries, plus we have these windmills. I think we can afford to build at least just a little bit of internal stuff for growing food. I don't know if we have the technology yet. I should probably look at that. I don't think we have. Yeah, we're currently researching hydroponics, so that's kind of like next in queue to make sure we have that and that's taken care of. So this is no longer considered refrigerated, which is fine, but I think I would prefer to I'm gonna haul these simple meals. I just want to make sure something makes it to the animals before they starve to death. Okay, so they are at least somewhat fed. Malnutrition can, hopefully lower over time. And take a look at wildlife. We did have some caribou enter the map, so this is very good. I think we actually have a chance now of getting some fresh meat, which is fantastic. We'll see how that goes. I hear some gunshots up here. That must have been the hare. I really don't want to engage this if I don't have to. I'm hoping somebody, whether it's raiders or something, comes onto the map and will kind of mop this up for us. The only problem is there's this EMI dynamo, which initiates in 2 days, and that's going to become a problem. I was kind of hoping it would kind of resolve itself, but I don't think it's going to unless we kind of get lucky with a non-mech raid where we can kind of shut the doors and hope that that kind of takes care of itself. Okay, we have finally reached the spot in spring here where everybody can begin to plant rice, which is fantastic. The temperatures are, at least getting to a point where that is growable and hopefully won't die. But that is definitely going to be priority number one, is getting this rice up and running. I'll go as far as to say we need to expand our rice growing operation where possible, just because we have added some new colonists that, may or may not be sticking around for a while, and I think it's probably a pretty good idea to make sure that they are okay, that they have enough resources available. So let's go ahead and expand this zone. I want to make sure we have enough room to build this here. I was kind of hoping that human meat would have all been converted. It looks like most of it was, so that should be all right. Colonist needs rescue. That is not great. Bonnie, you are our person here, so let's go ahead and rescue. You'll be able to handle the medical stuff. Food binge is definitely not something we wanted to see going on here. Just because We are desperately low on food, and that is not a good thing to have to deal with. I was kind of hoping this mining would happen. If anything, just to let us expand this a little bit, but also I think I want to um, be able to kind of restructure this whole area and build a actual geothermal geyser right here, which I can't currently do because all this stuff's kind of in the way. So hopefully we'll get there relatively soon. Holder, you can pick up your rifle again. We definitely need better weapons. Like, the weapon situation is not good at all anywhere in our colony. We could cram another unstable power cell here. I think that would be a good idea. Let's go ahead and slap down a power conduit and possibly even build, looks like granite blocks. So we'll build a granite wall here and here, and then we'll slap this in there once that's built. I'm grateful that they are starting to plant this, but I do think that kind of needs to be number one priority, is growing. So I'm gonna actually, for the purposes of growing, I'm gonna put everyone on number one priority. I think that's probably the thing that should be done more than anything else. So just get everything planted, and then we can worry about harvesting and all that later on, but just get it in the ground so that there's ample time to start that growing process. I think that's probably the best thing. That kind of applies to trees too. I think we do need those resources available, so we probably should also get this muffalo wool off of the map. I think we have an opportunity here to do some trading with some of the clothing we have piled up here. I think this is adding a lot of wealth to our map, which certainly isn't helping the situation that much when it comes to raids, because the raids are sized based off your wealth, and it has been growing big time. We definitely could use those resources, I think, a little better elsewhere. So let me take some time and figure out what exactly we're gonna have to do. Oh, looks like we planted maybe a little prematurely. Some of this grass is dying off because the temperature's going down, so we are gonna have to replant. But the good news is that, you know, everybody's getting plant experience by doing this, so it's not exactly the end of the world that this is happening. Here we go with the power getting lost. That is from the EMI Dynamo going live, I believe. So we need to cancel this because apparently they wandered up here, or at least one of them wandered up here. But I think we definitely need to focus on getting some of this stuff killed off, at least where we can. Because we're going to need that meat. As a matter of fact, how is the meat situation going? Where are all the caribou? Did we already cut them up and cook them up and eat them? Well, we at least cut them up and cooked them up. I don't know if we ate them, but probably should change this back to preferred and this back to critical, just to make sure that everything is being stored appropriately. Now that we're out of power, well, not out of power, but all the power has been used. We are kind of back to the fuel stove over here. I'm kind of glad I didn't completely get rid of that, but yeah, the hydroponics is now researched, which is good. We can go ahead and look at what else we want to kind of get going here. I think we definitely need better weapons, so we should already be able to craft some basic stuff here, but I'm thinking we probably want precision rifling to get assault rifles. So let's get gas operation up and running, and then I think we get we have to get a high-tech research bench built and all of that stuff. So some of that's going to require some restructuring of our base, and I'm hoping we get to the point where we can start digging some of this stuff out. Let's take a look at who is our like key social person here. I think sadly it's Bonnie, but I'm hoping there's somebody else that Macy. Macy has decent decent social skills. So let's take a look at what we got here as far as other places we can go that are neutral. Looks like it's just this camp here. So let's go ahead and form a caravan and send it up here. And we're going to want Macy to take that. Now, I think if it's just Macy and we don't put too much in there, I'm going to go ahead and select a donkey because that should make the travel time a little better. And actually, I'm going to slap a muffalo in there, or maybe two. Now, one muffalo should be fine, just to give some extra weight capacity. We could start taking some of this leather up there, some of this blue fur up there. Maybe not all the blue fur. I want to keep at least a little bit of it. Let's clean out this heavy fur. All this human leather can go. We'll keep the wool for now. We're nowhere near needing any of this stuff, and this is just increasing our wealth. So I'm gonna kind of just want to sell it to lower the wealth as much as possible. We could start getting rid of some of like the normal hats. Can't do anything with the tainted stuff, but that should all be sorted and put outside, and it'll eventually decay, and that won't count against the wealth at that point anymore either. So I'm gonna go ahead and run with that for now. I think all this human stuff is I think we just need to just sell it all because it's generating a ton of wealth. This is all like a lot of money. So let's go ahead and load it all up. Is this tainted? This is tainted. I don't have to worry about this. Okay, so this is 2 days. Travel supply wise, don't know. I feel like the hay isn't going to make it, so let's just load up some simple meals. Apparently some human meat and some berries, and let's go ahead and let's just send it. Should be good enough. As far as caravan formation, I don't know if I've actually built a caravan spot, but I think it's probably a good idea to just put it right around here. Not the best spot, but it's, you know, somewhere. So the good news is that should get wealth off the map, and we'll have to see how that goes. Unfortunately, our rice plants are still dying as a result of the cold. However, I'm hoping with time that is going to get better and better as we start going from the spring to the summer, and things should hopefully improve. We do have destroying the camp means we have to go to the camp, which is unfortunate because I was kind of hoping they would come to us, and then I could double dip on clearing out this this mechanoid raid. I will take this dead warg. Another kind of nice thing is it looks like if we take advantage of it, which I'm hoping to do, these these muffalo are coming down here to eat the vegetation, which brings them away from the mechanoids. So I think we might be able to clear them out and take their meat before the mechanoids can do anything. So here's the hoping that works out. Muffalo revenge doesn't matter. Certainly doesn't make that big of a difference. I forgot that Beth had a mono sword. That's pretty good. Let's go ahead and melee a muffalo to death. And that should give us enough resources for a while anyway. We can go ahead and speed this up. Why is Beth moving so slow? Let's unforbid that and go ahead and haul the muffalo. Beth is moving fairly slow. Does she have... Oh, she's got a shattered right femur. Okay. Well, that would explain... That would explain some slow movement. I know I'd be moving pretty slow if my femur was shattered. Is there anything we can do about that? I don't really know. Alright, so Macy has officially left the map and is on the path on the way to go make some trades. Dangerous food type is never a good thing. Did we have somebody taking over as our primary cook? I thought we did. Alright, so who's the best cook? Bonnie. So the next one is Apron. So Apron, I think, is going to be our kind of chef for a little while anyway. Let's go ahead and plan on chopping up this this muffalo. I think we should definitely take advantage of that. There is some hauling going on, but it looks like it's just the pikemen over to here. I would like a little more like hauling of this garbage material out. That would be, you know, fairly useful. Let's go ahead and I think I'm just gonna manually issue some haul commands just to get this stuff out so it can start decaying out in the wild here. Looks like Beth started vomiting mid haul and just dropped whatever she was doing, which is a little unfortunate, but that's all right. Looks like there's a lot of stuff going on here that is kind of taking priority over other things that need to get done. Let's go ahead and rescue Beth. I think we can go ahead and get her in there. See, Luba, I mean, like, you're making a button-down shirt, which is fine, but I think I'd just rather focus on getting this stuff hauled out right now. So I clearly have my priorities set wrong at the moment for what I actually want. All right, Apron, you are still butchering something. Looks like a person. Okay, a mad elk has decided to pop onto the map. Looks like some manhunters are coming. Look at that wealth drop, by the way, after we got all that stuff off the map. Many elk have been driven insane, so that's potentially fairly significant. Let's go ahead and get everybody, like, prepped and ready for battle here. Because this is not normal. Actually, I think we might just have to tough it out here. So let's go ahead and, well, I don't know. Do you think I don't know if we can peek out here and hold this door open and trigger all these traps. So let's go ahead and think the schedule here is base. We'll get everybody to stay inside the base, more or less. Macy's caravan's out of food, which is not great, but I think she'll be fine long enough. Well, especially once she gets on the road, I think she'll be fine long enough to make it to the destination. The food numbers were green when we sent the caravan, so I guess I'd be a little surprised if it was anything other than that. Let's take a look at who can we send out here that's going to be capable of just opening this door and getting these manhunters to come in here. So I think what I can do is just draft everyone and put them along here. And then we can go ahead and I think Jazza can just come right here. We could do a little door opening. See if we could retreat out of there real quick before... it doesn't look like we're gonna quite make that, but that's okay. That's alright. As long as they don't all come in at the same time, we should be fine. The good news is this should give us some food to work with. Jazz's health is not doing too well. Alright, there we go. So the downside of the Manhunter situation is that it's gonna. Well, no, I don't know. I don't know if they'll have that scary debuff. I guess we'll have to see how that pans out. I'm hoping Jazz goes there so I could prioritize tending to him, and then we can worry about destroyed fresh. That never is a good thing. Okay, we should have some meat available now as a result of all this. That's not refrigerated, but we got 2 days before we have to start worrying about that. I do think maybe we need to prioritize cooking a little more. So I am going to go with Bonnie here just to try to get some stuff up and running. Oh, good, we're out of lumber. That's always good. Alright, looks like Holder is starting to do a little bit of mining there. Huntsman, our new recruit, has finally joined us. Let's take a look at what's going on there. Cancer, that's not good at all. Alright, so Hunter lacks ranged weapon. Let's go ahead and is there a weapon we could assign to Huntsman? Seeing as his name is Huntsman and he has a double passion for shooting, you would think that would be a bit of a priority for us, but alas, I do not see any weapons available out in the wild. Matter of fact, if I'm going to do anything, I think I need to make sure to haul this monosword in so it doesn't get any damage. Because that is definitely potentially problematic. Is there... I think we can now unassign everybody from the base, so let's go back to being unrestricted. Is there any place out here that has any weapons available? I do not see them. We really can't make any or do anything. I think we're gonna have to chop some trees, which is a little unfortunate because there's not many on the map, and they are a fairly important resource, but we are desperately out of wood, and we can't make food without wood right now, so I think that's just gonna have to take a little bit of a priority at the moment. Looks like Huntsman is getting changed for the weather, which is definitely at least valuable. What? So he's tending. Does that mean... Oh, he's got an 8 medical. That's actually pretty good. So I guess let's take a look at the prioritization here. Huntsman, I think we just do a 1 on all these. Doctoring, he can be a doctor. I think that's good. We'll set that to priority 2 for now. I don't care about childcare on him. Hunting should be high priority. Growing, plant cutting, smithing, maybe a 3. Then we'll just leave the rest. Plain leather pants, very nice. Alright, Huntsman needs medical treatment. I think Bonnie is gonna have to be the one to do that. Can you not treat? Maybe just had no medicine available. Okay. Gonna have to uncheck that for now. I'm thankful this situation... Uh-oh. What was that? I right-clicked a message right as it popped up. I do not want toxic waste packs here. That's a new biotech function that kind of went in after this map started. Alright, is there anything potentially valuable here? We got some, like, real tantruming going on here, which is very unfortunate. How's the how's the rice growing situation? It's growing, it's just very slow. Alright, we definitely need some of these trees to get cut down. very high priority. So let's, is there anybody I can kind of force to do this quicker? I'm gonna have you harvest them just to get them done. That's not good. All right, Daniels, you'll just go back inside, and that wolf can just go away, hopefully. Preferably, I should say. All right, caravan has arrived. That's good, because we need to trade some stuff, and we need to buy some stuff. Food would be a fantastic resource. Well, I don't need that many, but we can go ahead and get like 10. Let's sell all of this different fur product here that particularly the human leathers has a high value, so I think it's definitely worth purchasing as much of that as possible. We could sell this plasteel. That doesn't do us much good at the moment. We could buy a jump pack tech print. Might as well buy it while we can, even though we're not gonna use it right at the moment. Wood would be incredibly handy to have. Way too heavy. Let's go ahead and just scale that back to like 200 wood, because that seems to be such a difficult thing to get in our current climate. I am going to buy an assault rifle, maybe a heavy SMG. I don't think I need an incendiary launcher, but you know, maybe that would be a good thing to buy. But assault rifle for sure would be great. Not Go ahead and sell all this stuff and see how much cash we have left. We could just take the money and leave it at that for now, and I think that might be what I do. I think weapons are a good thing to have. Components would be great. I think we should probably max that out. I'm not worried about buying too much more food because it'll all be like decaying by the time we get there, so not too worried. Is there any room for some steel? It'd be great to be able to take a little bit of steel home with us. All right, that's pretty good. I think we can. Yeah, can't be negative on that. All right, I think we could start with that and then make our way back home with all of those resources, and hopefully that all goes fairly well. It should be pretty useful overall. Let's go ahead and go into combat mode here, and I think I'm gonna wanna just kind of get everybody out here to hunt this timber wolf. All right, huntsman unfortunately took a little bit of damage there, but we'll have to make do with what we got. Holder, are you capable of not being insane and cutting down some trees? I think you are. Daniels, I think you should prioritize harvesting too. We're so desperately in need of the wood that I need to prioritize this because we have a lot of food potential here, but we have no way to cook it right now, and that's a huge problem. So we definitely need some food resource available. I'm hoping just hauling this wood back will make a large bit of difference here. I'm going to equip the monosword back on this. Bonnie, I think you need to prioritize refueling the stove so we can get that back up and running, because that is extremely critical right now. Okay, so let's prioritize doing some cooking. We should at least be able to get some of this meat used up before it spoils. That does give us some simple meals to work with, which should be enough to kind of get our settlement by and not starve to death, which is kind of the most critical thing at the moment. Huntsman still needs some medical treatment. He also needs a bed. I don't really have the resources available to make a bed right now, but he does need one of those. We only have 14 hours till this decays, so I definitely want to make sure we're utilizing as much meat as we possibly can. Oh, his foot is damaged. All right, we got a little bit of time on the how do you I don't know why she's not tending. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and let her do her thing. I am gonna reinstall this excellent slate bed. I know slate, like stone beds, are not the best, but it's kind of all we have at the moment, so I think we're just gonna have to live with that for the time being. Looks like we are still making a fair amount of food. Glass steel cap, huh? Hopefully that food will at least get us through to get these rice plants grown, and then we should be in a pretty decent situation. Let's just move on from that that caravan there. Hopefully we don't get jumped by anybody. I don't think our wealth is high enough for that, but I suppose it's possible it is. I think we're gonna have to switch this back to a critical stockpile to get some food over there, because our animals are dying from malnutrition, which is never a good thing. Let's focus on hauling some food over there, so hopefully we can prevent at least some future deaths. What do we have left in the... Okay, so these are all male muffaloes. I don't think we have any female muffaloes left. I think they're all dead. Yep, this one was pregnant too. Well, that's super unfortunate on the timing of that. Let's go ahead and haul this muffalo corpse over here so we can hack it to bits and hopefully make some food out of it. I think we got enough lumber just to kind of carry us through on the cooking front until our caravan comes back with 200 lumber. That should ultimately be okay. Royal Tribute Collector is approaching. I like hearing that. Unfortunately, it looks like they're approaching from over here. I was kind of hoping they would approach from up here. We are getting some trees planted over here, which that's a really good step in the right direction. They don't grow very quick. It takes multiple years for that to happen, but at least if we get them all planted, they'll, you know, theoretically grow pretty quick. All right, so I think... Oh, look at that. Nice. I'm thinking I might have to make a small sacrifice of somebody here. And let's see, Holder, you're the one with your movement's pretty okay. I'm gonna try. It's probably a bad idea, but I am gonna try. Maybe he can run over here. I don't think he can outrun a Scyther, but I'm hoping we could at least entice them to follow us back to the base. And maybe I could get them to come far enough down to where they'll engage this. Hopefully I'll make it before they catch up to me. I think I will. I think I have enough distance between us. Let's see how they react. There we go. Scyther is engaged with the Royal Tribute Collectors. Maybe they can tear them up a little bit. Oh yeah, there we go. Alright, so let's get all of our people over here. And maybe, if we get lucky... Nope. They're all heading back. Dang, I was hoping they would get irritated enough to where they would come down and, like, engage these guys seriously. But, looks like that is not going to be the case today. Let's try one more time to bait them and see if we can pull them down there again. We definitely got some people upset with us. Let's see if we can bait the same way. Oh no, Beth. Beth is in the middle of it. That's not good. The Scythers, surprisingly, they're the ones I'm a little more worried about than anybody else. Maybe not than anybody else, but I am definitely concerned about them because they're melee. Beth is going to get destroyed here. Yeah. All right, let's try to entice them to go into combat here. All right, do we have some bleeding action going on here? We do. Beth is in a little bit of rush shape. Can we bait them? They're coming all the way down? I think we can. All right, yeah, they are definitely engaging this time around. It says they're leaving, but I don't think they're actually leaving. Let's go ahead and get... Yeah, Beth is just destroyed. I don't know if she's gonna make it out of there. I'll try to limp out of there, but she is in rough shape. I'm actually gonna run down in this direction because I think she might be a little safer than over here. Nope. Looks like Beth died this time around. And that monosword is no longer bonded, so that potentially is a good thing. Holder is getting in bed there. I think we do need to prioritize tending to him. Alright, I think this is not going too well. It's not terrible. Looks like the Royal Tribute Collector did kind of run away. We definitely weakened their position here. Like, they have the turrets and they have the 2 centipedes. But that's kind of all they have going for them at the moment. So I think there we can leave it for the episode. And unfortunately for Beth, you know, thank you for your service, and we'll see you in the next lifetime. But you are not meant to be long term in this colony. So thank you for watching. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, see more content in the future, and we will catch you in the next one.